Well, JG3 has done it. Joseph Girard, the third, 44 last night. He is number one atop the scoring charts in New York State and breaking the record that was held by Lance Stevenson. And we pulled him out of class. Hopefully not for too long. We'll keep Joe quickly and get him back. But Joseph Girard, the third, congrats, man. Welcome to Big Board Sports on 104.5 at Team ESPN Radio.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, Joseph. And how does it feel the morning after? I mean, it must have, and you must have received a bunch of text messages and just all the hoopla, all the media, all the buildup. How does it feel this morning?
It feels great. It kind of really hasn't sunk in yet, though, due to, kind of getting up early and, getting home late. So it hasn't really sunk in yet. And, I'm just, proud of my teammates and the community of Glens Falls for helping me get here. And without them, this wouldn't be possible. So I do understand that. And, I'm just glad that I could, do this and kind of get it out of the way before playoffs start so that we can just focus on winning now.
So you had so many people leading up to the game last night asking you about this. Tell us honestly, how much pressure were you feeling going into that game, knowing that everybody there last night was pretty much there to, either see Amsterdam pull off the upset of you guys, or they were there because they wanted to see a little history. How much pressure were you feeling before tip-off last night, Joseph?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a big game. It was packed, sold out, like even a week in advance. So, I didn't really feel any pressure, but I was kind of excited for the game and just to kind of go in there and win it. I mean, this was kind of for first place at the time in the league, so we knew it was going to be a big game anyways, and then all the hype that was around it for, the accolade was definitely made it even better. So I'm just glad that, I could do it in a game that we won and, move on from it. And
you didn't have to rely solely on the jump shot. I don't know if you were feeling it last night, like when you're really feeling it, but I know at the end of the game, you knew your team needed a big bucket. Instead of settling for the jump shot, you got to the rim.
Yeah, for sure. And I understood that at the time it was, time to make a play because that's what good players do at the big times. And, I didn't really want to, lose that game, obviously. You never want to lose any games, but at the end of the game, someone's got to step up and make a big play. And, I did that by going to the basket. And then even at the end, I hit a few threes to, solidify the win and, help our team win. And, I couldn't do it without these guys, like I said. And like before, big-time players have to step up in the big moments. And, I think I did that pretty well last night.
The New York State record holder in terms of scoring is with us, Joseph Girard III, the junior at Glens Falls here on Big Board Sports and 104.5, the Team ESPN Radio. Joseph, we keep calling you a junior. Are you 16, 17? How old are you?
I turned 17 in November 27th, so I'm just turned 17 about a few months ago.
So I don't know how a 17-year-old kind of wraps his head around what you've been able to do here, but you've just passed an NBA player on the state's all-time scoring list, and the numbers are eye-popping. I don't know that anybody can really comprehend them, no matter how old you are, at 29.52. And by the way, my apologies because I shorted you one last night on Twitter. So 29.52 career points. Are you able to? I know you said it hasn't really sunk in yet, but you've been along for the ride the whole way here. Obviously, you know what's achievable. Have you been able to kind of grasp the legendary names you're passing on this list?
Not really. New York's definitely got a lot of good basketball players who have made a name for themselves in the pros and even in college and high school. So, there's been a lot of great players come to New York State, and to know that, I've outscored a lot of them at this point, and, all of them now is definitely something that I'll remember, when I'm older. But right at the time now, it hasn't, like I said, hit me yet. And I'm still kind of focused on the rest of the season. And this kind of came a lot faster than, everybody expected, even myself included. So, to know that it's out of the way and I can focus on the rest of my junior season and senior season without having to, worry about any of this stuff will, definitely help me and my team and keep on winning.
Joseph, I got to ask you about foul shooting because I'm a big foul shooter guy. I think games are won and lost at the foul line. Last night you get your record points at the foul line, and then I know that over the course of your career, like back in the day, when you were young, you participated and won a lot of national foul shooting contests. So talk about the foul shooting part of your game, what you did when you were younger to become as good a foul shooter as you are right now.
Yeah, I participated in the Elks National Free Throw Competition all the way from 9 to 12 years old, and I won 4 straight New York State free throw shooting titles. I won 1 national title and was a runner-up one year, and I actually got my name in the Basketball Hall of Fame for, winning it that year. And so I've taken a lot of practice with free throw shooting, and it's just carried over throughout my high school career now. And like you said, a lot of games are won and lost at the free throw line, and I understand that. So, I just go to the line every time, focus on what I'm doing, and make sure that I can make the free throws. And last night, the accolade came on a free throw again, and it seems like that's the third or fourth time that one of my milestones has come on a free throw. So it's kind of weird how that happens. But it felt great last night, and at the time I didn't really know, but I saw everybody stand up and take out their phones and stuff like that. So as I'm stepping to the line, I kind of figured that something special might be happening, and I just focused on what I was doing, the task at hand, like I was at practice, and just made both free throws.
And fittingly enough, it comes at the foul line, and you do it the same way, right? Your foul shooting, it's all repetitious, right? We tell our young guys, you develop whatever you want to do, but do it the same way every time to get into a rhythm. Did you have a same way every time routine that you do when you get to the foul line?
For sure, and that's the main thing. You don't want to go there and change up what you're doing, because it's the same thing as a jump shot. You don't want to change your jump shot every time you shoot a jump shot. So I go to the line, I step up, get my guidelines down, and then just spin the ball once and go up and shoot it. It's all about focus and keeping it simple. And that's what my dad and my other trainers have taught me to just play a simple game and keep everything simple. And that's one of the key main factors at the foul line, is just keep stuff simple and focus on knocking the shot down.
We'd be doing a disservice here if we didn't give a high school kid's Twitter a shout-out here. So find Joseph Girard III on Twitter at JG3. And how many underscores then, Joseph?
I'm going to be honest. I get it confused sometimes, too. I think it's 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's the same thing on Instagram. So one of them's 4 and one of them's 5. So JG3 underscore 4 times, I think.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so Roger's given you great props for the free throws, but I'm going to bust on you for the free throws, because in the television medium, Joseph, we like highlights that are like sexy and pop when they're on TV.
Yeah.
And when you broke the Section 2 scoring record, I remember sitting at News Channel 13 thinking, oh man, he did it on free throws. And then last night when you get fouled, I thought he's going to do it on free throws again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's crazy. It seems like I'm doing, all the accolades on free throws. It seems like, I remember my 1,000th point was a free throw. My 2,000th point was a free throw. This one was a free throw. And, it's just kind of crazy on how that happens. It seems like it's always been, set up for me to make it on a free throw, which is kind of weird. But, I guess it's good in the same way. But like you said, it's not really the highlight play. But it's kind of funny how it keeps working out on the free throws.
Just busting you a little bit on that. Congrats, man. It's awesome. Joseph Girard III with us here on Big Board Sports 104.5 at Team ESPN Radio. You got the offer from Michigan over the weekend. Give me your thoughts on that. When are you going to make a decision on where you're going to go to school? And obviously the Michigan offer was the big one. I think probably the one you were waiting for, too.
Yeah, Michigan was definitely the big offer that came in over the weekend. And, Coach Beeline came and watched me over I think it was last week, and then he called me the next morning, and after watching me, he said he thought it was time to offer me a scholarship to come play there. And it definitely means a lot, and it shows me that I can play at that level, and, I can compete with the best. And, I'm not really going to commit until I feel it's time to commit to a school that I feel comfortable with, and I'm thinking it's more going to happen in the fall of my senior season, right before my basketball season, so I can just focus on my senior basketball year. But I don't think anything's going to happen anytime soon. And like I said, I think it'll happen in the fall of next year. But it was definitely a great offer, and just like I said, helps me know that and helps me understand that I can play at that level and compete with whoever.
Well, listen, I know maybe Coach Patsos is listening, so I at least have to throw this on the table. If you want to stay local and you want to be a local star, I know that Jimmy has offered. You have a lot of offers on the table, but Siena is an offer for you to go and play at the very spacious Times Union Center and light up that building. So you do have some local opportunities if you want them, right?
Correct. I got Siena and Albany at the time, and as of right now, my options are still wide open, and I'm still listening to everybody, and I haven't cut anybody off yet. And like you said, I still have Siena and Albany as my offers that are local.
All right, last thing, because I know you have to go back to class, Joseph, but I'm going to ask you to look into the future again. Are you going to play football in the fall?
For sure. And I still have 2 football scholarship offers. And like I just said, I'm still keeping wide open and listening to what everybody has to say. I'm starting to get some major football interest as well from schools like Indiana, Lake Forest, big-time football now. So if I want to keep that option open and continue playing football, I have to do that. And I love football as well. And the way that the season ended last year, I think it's kind of nuts if I wanted to come back out and, try and redeem myself and redeem this team to get them fired up and try and make another run back to the state tournament. So we're just really excited, and I'm really excited to, play football again. Like I said, I love it. And if I didn't love it, I wouldn't play, but I do. So I'm going to do so.
Well, Joseph Girard III, congrats on your big accomplishment, man. We appreciate a few minutes here on Big Board Sports, and try to soak this in and enjoy the day, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.